Hello, hello. Welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. I'm Julie Davison, and this is my beautiful mother, Susan LaCroix. We are so excited that you are joining us today on Sunday, November 12th for this special episode of Sunday Stamping. Every episode is special, but I'm excited about the products that we're going to use today, and so that's why I feel like it's special. But I'm always excited about the products that we share. Um, anyway, I hope that you enjoy Sunday Stamping as much as we enjoy sharing with you. We do have some changes to the way that we do our videos that we're going to talk about at the end of our video today. So make sure to hang on to the end to hear all about those changes. Don't worry, we're not going to stop doing Sunday Stamping.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so Mom, how was this weekend? It was on stage at home for demonstrators, and I know that you were away with some of your team members to watch on stage at home. Aren't you excited about what we saw in the new mini catalog?
Oh, I am. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. And next on stage will be all together live and in person in Houston.
Oh
So
my gosh.
I
I cannot wait for that. And registration opens for On Stage in Houston. So that is March 14th through 16th, 2024. Registration opens on Tuesday, I believe, November 14th. And if you're a demonstrator and you didn't attend On Stage at Home, you can check out the brand new January through April 2024 mini catalog tomorrow on Monday, November 13th, starting at 1 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time. So you'll be able to see the PDF, and in a couple weeks, everyone will be able to pre-order. I say everyone, demonstrators will be able to pre-order from that new mini catalog and pre-earn celebration. I'm just so excited that that's coming around the corner.
can you believe it? Man,
I can't, I feel like, especially with online exclusives launching this week, I just feel like there's always something new. But that's what I love, is that there is always something new. Stampin' Up! Has planned and organized catalogs and online exclusives so that every other month we have brand new product to get excited about. And so this is just part of that cycle, just something more to get excited about. So if you missed our last 2 weeks, we did cover some of those new online exclusives, the Meandering Meadow, the Fluffiest Friends. So be sure to go back on our channel and look at some of those past videos to see some ideas using some online exclusives. But this week, we're going back to the September through December mini catalog to dig into some of the amazing Christmas products there. So let's flip it over to your desk, Mom, and you can tell everyone what we're using this week.
I'd be happy to. All right. So, as Julie said, we're going back to the mini catalog to share some things. And this is something we've been we've been chomping at the bit really to show this product, but a lot of it was unavailable. So I think we even told you last week that we are going to use the Oh Holy Night suite. And this is one, I'm not sure if this is an official title, but I call it a mega suite. So and I call it a mega suite because there are two bundles. There's the Night Divine bundle, and then there's the Stars at Night bundle. And then each of these bundles also has some designer series paper. Well, I should say it's all together. So there's two different designer series paper and two different embellishments. We've got the adhesive stars, which just came back into stock. The ribbon, however, is not. It should be soon. I know I looked it up and then forgot the date. I should have jotted it down, but it should be coming in soon. So we went ahead. We couldn't wait anymore. It's like, okay, we're doing this. We're showing it. So I'm going to show you everything live and in person. But there are some beautiful, beautiful samples here. And, just sit back and enjoy, because there's so much to this suite. There's so much you can do with it. And we're going to, Julie's got a really fun project to share with you. And I cannot wait to see it. So I'm going to put the catalog aside for a moment and get right down to everything. So let's start with the Stars at Night bundle. This is a photopolymer stamp set. There are 12 stamps in here, just all kinds of star shapes, and just a couple little greetings celebrating the magic of the season, Merry Christmas, and wishing you the bright holidays. And it coordinates with the other one too. All right, so now here's the dies for this. And this is the Stars at Night die, and it is 14. So there are 14 of these dies. Julie is going to show you how to use the embossing folder that comes with it, because this die fits some of the dies. She's going to show you all about that. I've got this wrong, but anyway, she'll show you. It'll be fun. And there's just all kinds of other little sizes and shapes of these dies, and even a label for the greeting. So that is this one. I'm going to move this aside, and I'm going to focus now on Night Devine. So this is a cling stamp set. There's a set of 6, and there's some wonderful, beautiful greetings. My favorite is the "He shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." Just love that one. And it coordinates with the Night Devine stamps or dies. This is a set of 8 dies. And it comes with like the manger. There's the Holy Family here with a shepherd and a king and some critters. And yeah, lots of fun. So that is this bundle. And I'll put this aside so I can bring out, oh, this gorgeous paper. Lord have mercy. Okay. This one is the Oh Holy Night paper. And I didn't cut it because I want you to see it in all its glory here. So this has, you know, the town of Bethlehem and just all the sky that you can do great things with. Here's one with like in the desert with the stars at night. That would be fun to do, Julie. Go to the desert and look at the night sky where there's no lights around. Oh, I didn't show you the back side. This is the back side of the little town of Bethlehem. And this one has this very subtle pattern, which doesn't even have to be Christmas. Then this is just all night sky with stars. It's breathtaking to me, this paper. And this one has some fun little snow or stars on a lighter blue background, balmy blue, I believe. And this is just actually the B side of, well, actually they're both just neutral, just shades of blue, kind of an ombre pattern. And this was just, you'd think it was solid, but if you look, I don't know if you can see that, very subtly, there is a pattern to this. So again, there's some fun things you can do with this. Here's all desert with a nice golden sky, or it's all sand. Maybe it's a sandstorm. And then this scallop pattern, again, doesn't have to be Christmas. And more stars in the sky. This is just pretty much the same size, very little variation on this. And the back side is this one. So that is the Old Holy Night paper. Let me get this out of the way and bring in the stars at night. No, stars, whatever it is. Here we go.
I think it's shining brightly.
You're right. Thank you, Julie. Now, and I just kind of saw this. I haven't really used this yet because things were not available. But you get 6 sheets. All of it has gold foil on it. And it's 3 different patterns, one in Night of Navy and one in Berry Vanilla. I actually pulled this out to make a card and ran out of time, which is what usually happens to me. And then here's some leaves. Let me find the vanilla one for that. So again, Night of Navy and vanilla, and not really Christmassy, but it could be Christmassy. And the backs of these are just white. There's no pattern on the back. And then this last one has some stars. Again, Night of Navy and Very Vanilla. Just so pretty. And there's more. This ribbon, unfortunately, is still not available, but we'll be back very soon. But it's soft. It's glittery. I know how much I love the black glittery ribbon and the white glittery ribbon. Isn't that pretty?
I love this ribbon.
And then this just came back in. These are the self-adhesive star trinkets. And you get two sizes. And they're, again, the sizing is quite subtle. There's some smaller ones and then some little bit larger ones.
Oh, I thought they were all the same size.
Now, if you look closely at them, the ones on
Oh,
are larger and the ones on the right are a little bit smaller. Not much. Not much.
interesting. Mine were all a jumble. And so I didn't,
Yeah,
I'm going to change on my cards and make some of these smaller ones.
there you go.
Huh,
All
you
right.
learned something new.
Yeah, you sure do. All right. I don't have any samples for this project or this set yet. I will be using it next month for our Hostess Club meeting. So, Julie, my love, are you ready?
Okay,
It'll be fine.
so we have had some hybrid embossing folders before, so this concept isn't new, and you might be already familiar with it. But if you get the bundle, it's going to include the Stars at Night stamp set, as well as the embossing folder and die set together. They come together. They call it a hybrid embossing folder because you can use the embossing folder alone, and you can get your embossed design, but there is a groove in the embossing folder so that you can use one of the dies and it fits in here. It only fits one way, so you have to oh, I had it right the first time, didn't I? Nope, I just had it turned around. Okay, it only fits in there one way and it kind of rests in like a little nook. So it's the side that has a Stampin' Up logo, and I've got the cutting side down because you can also die cut and emboss at the same time, which is kind of crazy and amazing. So I'm gonna try to position my gold cardstock here, and we're going to send this through. I'm using the gray specialty plate, and do you see what I see? I'm hanging over the edge a bit, so I'm just going to give that a quick trim so it fits through. I'm kind of off camera just a smidge, but I'm putting it through the machine. And so, ta-da-da! The result is cutting and embossing at the same time. How amazing is that? Now, there is a stamp that coordinates here in the Stars at Night set, and it is this one here. So they're not actual size here. They're 85% on the frame. So this is how that one will stamp, and this will die cut with the center star from that same die. So I die cut that at the same time. But if you wanted to, you could stamp and then line this up and emboss, or stamp and emboss, or I mean cut and emboss at the same time. And here's one I did earlier, and I did emboss it. I smushed it around a little bit because I pulled it off projects and put it back on. But the added texture is kind of fun. So you can do all three. You can stamp and die cut and emboss. So this is the hybrid embossing folder that is part of that Stars at Night bundle. So cool. Well, I'm going to start by sharing some samples that I made, some card samples. I was very inspired by the catalog, and as I often am. And so I cased a lot of things in the catalog. And so I'm just going to show you what they look like in my own version. So this is the first one I cased on page 14. I just love that specialty shining brightly designer paper. And so for this one, I just took one of those, die cut and embossed stars, added a little trinket in the middle and a couple pieces of the ribbon, and then on the inside I just added a little designer paper and a simple sentiment there, a little gold foil. And so with the gold foil, I die cut something out of the middle so that I could cover it up and still, like make lots of use of my my gold foil. The next one I copied was this one here at the top. I love this little die that creates an outline and the stars, and I did that right over the designer paper. And so you kind of have a little bit of the printed star then. I also used the little die that has all three of those, and I die cut one at the top and one at the bottom, and stamped this long word and cut it apart. So that's my version of this card right here. So a little bit different, but you can see the inspiration. I also copied this card here, but I used Night of Navy instead. So I have a Night of Navy embossed cardstock piece, which I stamped on, and then some of the gold die cut stars. And I used that great label shape to die cut this sentiment, wishing you the best and brightest holiday season. Same thing kind of on the inside, pretty simple. And then here's one I did in case. I just wanted to show off how you can layer the die cut stars and the stamped star on the designer paper. Pretty simple here, a little stamping on the inside. And then one last one. I really had a lot of fun with this suite today. I used some of the designer paper and the great sentiments over here and the Night Divine. And the camel comes from that die cut set. And then on the inside there. Well, the last thing that I copied was the ornaments. I was so excited when I saw these in the catalog, and so I really wanted to give them a go. So today I'm going to share some tips with you on how to make these ornaments. Here are a couple that I made, and I'm going to do one that's a little bit differently. Let me move this out of the way, and we will talk about these fun ornaments. Now, Sarah did a little video, Sarah Douglas, on her social media. And she had Cindy Schuster, who is, I think, the manager of concept artists, or maybe just a concept artist. I can't remember. I don't want to misspeak. They came in, they did a video, and they kind of shared some tips for making these ornaments. And so Cindy said, I think she was the one that made the catalog samples. She said that she used macrame rings. And so I picked these up at Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you can get them at any craft store, big box store. I'm sure you can find them online. These are 3 inches, but they do come in different sizes, like 4 inches, 6 inches. I mean, you can get really big ones if you wanted to make like a large wall hanging or something. And so it came in a package of 6 for $2.99. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now, Cindy said in the catalog sample that she colored her rings because she wanted them to be gold. So she used spray paint to make them the color. And I forgot to pick up spray paint, so I'm just using them straight up as they come with that sort of silver steel color. So let me show you the first two that I created. This one has a little circle from the designer paper, and for all of these, I'm using the 2 3/8-inch circle punch. Although in their video they use the Deckled circles, the dies, so you can use any die shape, any circle that you want. I just liked the punch for the convenience. So I die cut the nativity, and then I cut apart Mary and Joseph, and I use a little star trinket up there. And then on the back side, I have the sentiment from that Night Divine set, Glory to God in the Highest. And on the other one, I did some of the blue and gold glittered ribbon and one of those die cuts. And then I have the same thing on the back there. So for today's project, oh, let me show you really quick. I was debating on the paper there, and so I didn't
Oop.
finish these into ornaments, but I die cut one of the nativities with gold foil, and I split them
Mm.
apart and used that Shining Brightly designer paper, so you could have like a whole series of ornaments that coordinate. And so I'll definitely have to finish those up later.
What a great
Um,
idea.
yeah, like I said, I was having so much fun playing. I have so many little die cuts and so many stars and so many pieces. Okay, so we're starting with one of these loops, rings, and I used a combination of the silver and gold ribbon. This is an online exclusive that came out in March. They come together as a package. Another option, which I used in addition to, is the Simply Elegant trim, which is gold and silver cording. And so you can use one or the other or both. So I'm going to use both of them. for our project. And what I did, I'm going to do something like this again. So I've got that ribbon as the base, and then I'm just tying the twine around the bottom. And so I just kind of took the ribbon and folded it over and tried to decide like how much I wanted it to hang down. And I'll put a knot at the top. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it. You can measure if you want to. I think Cindy in the video said that they used about 20 inches. And so I'm going to first fold this in half, and I want to create a loop at the top for like an ornament hanger, like a hook to go in. So I'm just going to kind of fold that and just do, you know, the knot with both of them together to create that little loop. And then this was brilliant. I tried doing this without watching their video, and I got frustrated really quickly. But Cindy said to use a glue dot to hold the ribbon in place, and that was life-changing. So I'm putting a little glue dot. Now my ring has like a little seam at the top, so that's where I'm putting the glue dot. And then I'm going to put the ribbon I'm going to put the ribbon on either side so that the glue dot is holding it in place at the top. Now, if you wanted to, you could use something like hot glue or something else that's strong, but I think the glue dot holds pretty well. So I got a glue dot at the top, and I'm also going to use a glue dot at the bottom. I'm eyeballing it, but if you want to be particular about making sure that you are straight up and down and not at an angle, you could use your grid paper to line up and make sure that your ribbon is straight, straight, a straight line instead of being diagonal. So I just kind of used a glue dot to hold those pieces together at the bottom. And so really you don't need to have the extra bow, but I just like the way it looks to add a little bow at the bottom. So I'm just taking a piece of the twine and tying this around the bottom ribbon. Oh, that's really off. Following in the tradition that we always had growing up, I like to give the kids a new ornament every year for Christmas. So when they move out, they'll have a whole box of ornaments for their own tree. And so this is such a great way to make a little custom ornament, not only to give as a gift, but I think this would be really beautiful as like a gift tag that they can reuse as an ornament. And that makes me think of Noni because she always had the most elaborate, beautiful gift tags.
Most certainly did. To her, that was that was better than the paper, or sometimes better than the gift.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got my ribbon done. Hopefully all of that makes sense. It's just kind of floating here in the middle, and we're going to cover this up with our pieces. So I'm going to start first with the back. That's where the Merry Christmas is going to be, and that comes from the same stamp set. The Stars at Night stamp set has that Merry Christmas. But one of the things I love about giving the ornaments is having a year on there, so that every time they pull it out, they can remember, oh, this one is from 2023 or 2020, whatever. And so I'm going to use my Stampin' Write marker. I love these new bullet tips, and I'm just going to use my handwriting, which hopefully will look okay, to add the year 2023, so that I'll always remember that that was the year we had this beautiful suite in the mini catalog. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to just kind of add a little bit of my regular Stampin' Seal down the middle. And the purpose of this is just to hold it in place a little bit until I can get the stronger adhesive. But I want to make sure and line this up straight so that it's up and down and I don't have a crooked backside. Now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to bring out my tear and tape and go over across the ribbon with the tear and tape to make sure that it holds down the ribbon and stays in place.
This is brilliant, Julie.
Okay, Now, I don't know how well you can see the tear and tape, but it's on there. We got such a glare on this. I'm sorry. Okay, now we're going
It
to
looks
use,
fine, Julie.
oh, good. Now we're going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I am going to go a little overboard because when I was making my sample, I thought, oh, just a couple is fine, and it just felt like it was kind of gappy, and so move that bow out of the way. So I'm just going to go all the way around here. I want to make sure that our layers like really stay connected. So just for good measure here.
Wow, yeah.
I know, I know. Well,
But
I
it's
want to
quite as
be able
well
to
taken.
I want to be able to use this ornament for years and years and years, and so I don't want it to fall apart.
That's great.
Also, you can get more Stampin' Dimensionals in our online store, so use a lot. All right, now I've got this piece of the Shining Brightly paper, and I am going to just line it up over the other circle. Okay, so I got the back side and the front side. I'll scoot my bow back up because I had scooted it down to be out of the way. Okay, it's coming along. It looks beautiful just like that, I think, but
Mm.
you can be simple with adding on a die cut, either one, but I wanted to kind of do something special. And this was one that was in the catalog. Of course, I closed it. Let me see if I can open it again. In the catalog here, and this actually was a bigger loop, so I'm not sure how well it's going to work, but we're still going to do it. I don't know how well you can see like the 3D effect here, but essentially we're going to take several of these die cuts and I scored them in half. And so I've got three and I scored all three in half. And we are going to glue them together to
Ooh,
create a 3D star.
I like that. Oh, Julie, that's marvelous.
So I think the best adhesive here is going to be our liquid glue.
Ah, I'm
Yeah,
hurting you.
it's true. So I'm gonna try not to make a mess. But the key is because you really want to get these little, like all these little nooks and crannies. And so they should just kind of stack right on top of each other because they are, it is a symmetrical shape.
And you sure don't need a lot, so um you just have to make sure you get it all over.
Yeah. Just trying to get that all smashed down. I want to make sure that it's glued really well. And then when you open it up, and you could do a whole bunch of these and just make an ornament just out of,
Yeah.
the 3D stars. But my thought was I would just put this on the circle like this. And then we
Mm,
have, and I honestly thought about doing one on each side, but I really love having like
yeah.
the circle on the back with the other years. So now I'm going to add this to the ornament, and I think I'm just going to use the liquid glue again just because it's so strong and I want to make sure to really get like all those little ends. Although in hindsight now the top and the bottom do stick out from the circle.
It's okay though. That's all right.
Yeah. Well, the glue will dry, so
Mm.
I'm not too worried about it. And I wondered if we would be able to put like a gem in the middle, but I don't think
Mm.
that it would stay very well. So
Yeah, I don't think it would either.
I think we're just
Oh, that's beautiful.
going to leave it. So that is how you make those gorgeous ornaments. Go get yourself some of the macrame rings, and you can just go to town and make all kinds of ornaments to adorn your tree this year.
Oh, they're beautiful, Julie. Good job.
Thank you. I'm so excited to finally get to play with this suite and make some projects. And I have already seen a sneak peek of your project. I think everyone's going to love it. So let's flip the camera over so you can share with us.
All right. So I took this piece of paper and we're going to make a 2, 4, 6, 8 fold. And I saw this. I didn't watch her whole video. Mary Deathridge.
Yes.
She's the one whose video I looked at, and she used all different paper and stuff, but man, I just loved this idea. And I haven't done a 2, 4, 6, 8 card in a long time. So this you can save for other projects. So we're going to put that aside. And we're going to focus on this. Now, I'm going to show you what my sample was. And then Julie and I chatted. So I'm going to try something different. And the reason I didn't do a mock-up of the one Julie and I talked about was because this was my last sheet of this paper. So this is what I'm doing. So it's and I'll show you how we did the folds.
Oh, this is incredible. Oh my gosh.
And then the back. So you could write your greeting and sign it. So what I did is, well, let me score it first. So we're going to score it at, let's see. Yeah, I want to do it this way. Oh, I need to get this up. Oh, yeah, I'm in camera. All right, so I'm going to do it at 2 inches. I could have brought my scoring board out, but I didn't. And 4 inches. And I'm sorry I didn't put any measurements. I will have them in the description. 2, 4. Six and 8. All right. And it's the 12 inches by 5.5. So I apologize that I didn't explain that earlier. All right. So I'm gonna get my bone folder out because you know me, gotta have my bone folder. All right. So I'm going to just fan fold this. And this is another one of those scenes that I'm going to try to, my vision for this card was having the scene. So as you were making it, and you just kind of unfolded it.
Oh, that's so awesome.
So let's see how this is going to work. All right. So what I did is I've already die cut and stamped a bunch of stuff. I have the Holy Family here. And I've got some stars that I'm going to stack.
And tell us what colors cardstock you used. Is that very vanilla or
This is
basic white?
This is
Okay.
basic. Yep. And then the gold foil and Night of Navy.
Well, open up the back side of it. And so then the crumb cake is glued to the center scored panel.
So it's going to go 1, 2. See, it's going to go here.
Nope, one more over.
One more over.
It would be glued there.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
So you're still going to have a lot of the like
paper.
you still will have the whole thing open.
So I just want to put adhesive here, right?
Yep.
I'm going to trust you. All right. So I'm just going to put adhesive. Because this will be your card. No. All right. So I'm just going to put a little bit there. And I'm going to put this like right here. All right. So this is here and this is here. So maybe what I'll do is I'll work backwards. So I'll put the camel here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where's my camel? Because they're in the little sheep, they're heading towards where the manger is going to be. All right. So I'm going to use some liquid glue for these guys. Oh man, this thing is really loose.
So I'm looking at your sample
Uh,
and it looks like you have a second piece. So in that one, it was just all the stars from like the top of the designer paper piece.
I had done some cutting on that one.
Ah,
Oops. All right, stay there, camel. And then our little lamb. Walking, leading our camel. All right, stay down. All right. So I'll do the stars last. I would really want to just focus on this part. Oh, this is a card that I wouldn't make. I wouldn't make a ton of these. All right.
it's a
All
pretty
right.
special card though.
It really is. All right. So there we go. So what did I do there? Nothing. Okay. So
Okay,
I
so
yeah,
open the whole thing up. So if you don't glue the flaps closed, then you still have this whole big scene when you fold this. So it's just a different look. On the sample,
different.
you've glued them down so that they're, just more like pages. But on
Yep.
this one, you can kind of fold it out and still have the whole scene.
So now
There.
and then this guy has to come here.
Yep.
So I die cut another of the larger of the two decal circles I used. So we're going to put some adhesive on here. All right, so I'm going to put some adhesive here. I'm going to put the old holy night here. Well, Joseph is almost covered. That should work.
Absolutely.
There we go. And then this guy goes here.
Yes.
And then I will stamp it.
Those deckled circle dies are really awesome. It includes so many.
Oh, the
Um,
sizes are phenomenal.
they're the big ones too. I think you showed last week the little rocker card that uses the
Yeah.
big one. So I loved seeing that idea.
Yep. So let's stamp. Oh, I was thinking that's right, because I was thinking I was going to have the white. All right, so we're going to put this kind of down here a little bit. All right, so this is this. And now up here, I want to do a little bit of embossing. Because I want to put the stars are brightly shining. Because they most definitely are here. Our handy dandy Versamark. Our white embossing powder. Usually I do my embossing before I assemble a card, but I really wasn't sure what part of the panel the camels were going to wind up on.
Yeah.
So we'll clean this up later. And just make sure I don't have anything where I don't want it. It looks good. So we're getting there. There's still some things to do. So on the back side, to cover up the back side here, I originally on my sample used white. But Julie, what would you like? Would you like a crumb cake piece over this? Or do you want, oh, it would be this one with the stars. The other one was crooked. Or do you want basic white?
Let me ask you, is it thick basic white or regular?
It's regular.
Let's go with the crumb cake then.
Okay. All right. That would have been good to use the thick.
You
All
could
right.
even put that on a whole card, like a card base, and then have like an opening. That would make it extra thick. But
It would make it extra thick. There we go. So now you have room to write your notes. Okay. We're not done yet. So I did a bunch of these little stars to put around. And this guy, what I wanted over the Holy Family was this. So I took some gold foil and I took some distress gold, which I know is not available to order right at the moment, because I wanted to layer the stars. And then I'll put a star trinket over this. So I'm going to get out my glue, liquid glue again, and I don't want much. And I'm just going down the center of the star.
I was pulling out some retired designer paper for someone, and I found a whole package of distressed gold downstairs with all my stuff that's retired. What a treasure! I'm like, oh my gosh, this has to go back upstairs.
Yeah, it should be back soon. Hopefully. Now look at what I'm doing.
That looks really nice layered too. I know on your original sample you had some gold glimmer paper, which was an online exclusive and sold out. But if you've got gold glimmer paper at home, because we've had some in past years, that looks really gorgeous too.
Yep, I'll show you the up close of that while this is drying. Oops, it's right here. So can you see it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Right there. And I much prefer this look, but it's gone. We can't get it. So I don't feel I could show it to y'all. All right. So let's put this guy.
Since this is my card,
Yes.
can we have the star be a little bit more on the right side so that when the card is closed, you can see the big star?
Let's see how that would look. You're okay with
Does,
that?
does it get covered up? What do you think? I
That's a
I I
you.
kind of like it, especially if you're adding two more little stars on the front. That'll be kind of like the third star. So
Okay, so you're okay with it right there.
yeah, go up a little bit higher,
Okay. Well,
but
this,
yes,
so be careful. You want it just about to the top there.
yes.
Okay.
And the top point can be hanging over a little if you don't put glue on it.
Oh, I've already got glue on it.
That's all right then. Right up to the top.
All right. So there's the top, and you want it right there.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And then I'm going to put one of the larger star trinkets in the center of it.
I just had a fun idea for a video. If we did um sort of a version of blindfolded stamping.
Oh no. Oh, no, 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 no. So
So
I
fun.
oh I die cut out a gold star to go here.
I love it.
And then I'll put a little trinket in there as well.
Maybe that's something we can try when we're in person.
Oh, blind stamping. Yeah, we
Yeah,
should.
like where one of us is trying to direct the other one, like a little bit higher, a little bit higher, like right there. Okay.
Oh Lord. Okay. All right. So we have our stars here. So on here, I put a star here and a star here. And I'm wondering if we should put like a star up here.
Mm-hmm.
Do we still want one over here?
I would say put two up on that first panel. Yeah, and sort of like
Like right
angle.
there.
Yep. like angle them a little bit. Bring the top one in just a smidge. Yep, yep, yep. And maybe that one down a little bit. The bottom one down a smidge. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That was after I was looking at what I did with this one. I thought, I really don't like the placement of that one star. So,
Because it's like a fallen star on the bottom.
yeah, exactly. And I thought, oh, I don't like that. So I thought I'm going to move and put two, but somewhere else. So, and again, since this is your card, you can just tell me how to make it. No,
I love it. So these are white cardstock.
basic white again.
Okay.
And the die set has like two of each size of these little white stars. So you can do 4 at a time and crank out a bunch. Okay.
Beautiful. Absolutely.
So then, do I want to put another one? I did
So
put,
when this gets opened, since you're not gluing it, you're not going to see that. That one's going to get covered up.
but when you open up the panel,
No, because when you open it, it'll be flat. So put it on the main panel. Yeah, there or like on the right side. Yeah.
down, up.
Either one.
I like it down. Okay. Let's look to see what else we want to do, if anything.
Oh, this is just amazing. Oh my gosh.
All right. So there's the front. And then if you open it all the way up.
That's gonna have to tuck, yeah. Oh.
And then you've got the.
Yeah, I think you just leave it like that. I love it like as a big scene on the inside.
Yep.
Oh, Mom, it's perfect. It's so lovely.
Yeah. That needs to be trimmed down a bit.
So your designer paper panel is 4 inches and the card base is 4 1/4. So that's why it's sticking out a little.
Yeah. I'll trim it before I send it to you. All right.
I love it. Oh my goodness.
Project. This really truly was. So but I'm happy with the way it turned out. And I'll probably try to make another one of these when my other paper comes in, or I'll use a different piece of paper.
Yeah.
So oops.
I know that's the only thing is that first panel has to fold. So probably the first panel you would just want to glue together so you don't try, you know what I mean, in the back.
So glue.
Yeah, add yep.
So I could just glue.
Yeah, just that first one because it won't be able to open anyway. So if you glue it,
Yep.
don't peel too hard.
Oh no. I'm gonna take of tear and tape. Okay. I like that. I like that better.
I think it's amazing. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love this card. I'm so excited that I'm going to get this one.
Yeah.
And I'll have to have you pick out which ornament you would like, and
Ooh.
yeah, I know. I'll send it to you. For now, though, let's go ahead and flip around the camera
Yes.
and we'll show off
Right.
our projects together.
All right.
Oh, this is the Oh Holy Night Suite, and there are just so many possibilities with 2 bundles, 2 designer papers,
Oh,
and all of the ribbon and the embellishments and all the fun things. So we hope that you feel inspired by the projects that we shared today, whether you're using this suite at home or similar products that you might already have in your collection.
so before we sign off, Julie, I think we should share what we're going to try.
Okay, so what's going to happen with Sunday stamping starting next week is that we are going to split our video into 2. So we're going to start with my project on my YouTube channel over at juliedavison.com, and then we are going to move all over to Mom's channel and watch the premiere of her project. So instead of being all one long video that is the same on both of our channels, we're going to have two videos showing each of our projects on our own channels. We're so excited about this change because that means that we can both engage in the chat and have a live conversation with everyone on both channels. So we are going to have my project start at noon Central Time, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time every Sunday, starting next Sunday. And then at 12:30 p.m. Central Time, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we are going to have Mom's project premiere on her channel. So in the video description of this video, you'll see the links to both of our channels. So if you're not already subscribed, you want to make sure that you subscribe to both of our channels so that you don't miss out on these videos. Also, during the video premiere, we'll have links at the end of the video that go toward the other videos. So no matter where you start, you'll still be able to watch both videos. So we're still going to bring you new projects every single week featuring the same products. We are just going to have an opportunity to showcase them on two different channels, which we have been doing this whole time just as one long video. We still do plan to do our stamp-alongs every other month or so, and there'll be times when we are filming in person, and we'll still be able to do that, but instead of having one long video, we'll just have in-person videos that are two separate videos. So I'm really excited about the change. I'm really excited about bringing our channel communities together every Sunday at the same time, sharing amazing projects.
I'm excited about it, and I think it's gonna be great. So you'll have to let us know.
Yes. So
Yeah.
this will be starting next week for Sunday stamping. So we'll still be at noon Central Time, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on Julie's YouTube channel and 12:30 on Susan's YouTube channel. So the videos will just be one right after each other. So you're still going to have the same time spot for us every Sunday. So it'll just be in two different places. I think it's sort of like a progressive dinner. We're gonna have an appetizer over here and a main course over here. We're just gonna keep
Uh,
the party going between the two
yeah.
channels. And if you watch the replay, it won't be that much different because you'll be able to watch the replay still just like you did
Absolutely.
do now. Yeah.
So until next Sunday stamping with Julie and Susan, have a wonderful week, everybody. Bye.
Bye everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye, Mom. Love
Bye,
you.
Julie. Love you too.